What's going on, kids? Class is in session tonight. I figured we would take it back to the basics. I'm talking about a full, easy, you can do this without, a plethora of tools. You don't need, for what we're going to be doing today, you don't need even hot water. Don't need a hairdryer. We're just getting back to the basics. Getting a good start on things. So how is everybody tonight? I am glad to be here with you all. We've got, get some tunes going here. A little background noise for y'all. Let's see. Bjorn walked in the door first. Teacher's pet. I'm not going to say anything. He's got his pencil ready. We like tabletops here. Bjorn's here, or Anthony's here, yelling at Bjorn. And yes, it will be on the final. Hey, look at that. All right, everybody, we'll see it. No, I'm kidding. Look at that. You made it on time. You literally just got the kickoff. We've been here for 1 minute and 30 seconds playing with my 3.75, one of the patrons. Huge thanks to my patrons as you guys scroll across the screen. I appreciate you all so much. We got Bjorn, who was the first patron. Always hit him off with the first patron and the first super chat. What's going on, Phoenix Taka? Lord of Thane, playing with my 375, Task Force Wombat, Red Fat Food, Toy Domination, and Outer Multiverse. You guys are the reason that we got this lovely device here now on our streaming setup so we can do overhead shots. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. You help keep the bills paid and the lights on, and it also helps me have more time to make channels because honestly, to make videos because honestly, some of the stuff I can do during streaming, I can turn into movies, I can turn it into videos. And then that also frees up ideas where I'm like, man, I could do this on stream, or do I do it by myself? I don't have to share. Some of the things that are more complex or that I want to take my time on and just do it here or there, a day here and there, I can film and then roll out later, and you guys get the benefits of it. So I appreciate it. You have been the only one that's been super chatting me, and I appreciate that. You should bully your peers. I'm kidding. You don't have to give me money, but give me your money. Playing with 375, yes, you did fund a thing, and you guys have also funded before treats for the dogs, which was lovely, so appreciate that. We got Dumpster Babies in the house, as always. Grumpy Puppet, what's going on? And also with you. I was raised Catholic, I'm sorry. It's genetically coded. It's like a sleeper agent programming in my brain. So, as I said, I figured today we would go back to the basics with kit bashing now. I think it was Webster's dictionary or Merriam-Webster. Somebody's dictionary had defined kit bashing as the use of taking one model or item, in this case action figures, and compiling parts from at least two others to make an entire new thing. That's what I want to be doing with kit bashing. Basically, in my quest to become the perfect YouTube streamer, I shucked my own clothes in favor of a no-brainer t-shirt from Toy Domination, which is available on their public website. Shirts are $16 until midnight tonight, Pacific Central Time, so you technically have till 3 a.m. Don't tell anybody I told you that. And also, my shirts are up there as well, Famine Studios. If you're into van stuff, my girlfriend's got a van page out there that's side too. Also, Rad's got one up for World Maker Consortium, so go ahead and check that out. So that's the first thing. That's the first piece that I shucked and put on my own body. And then I've got these glasses that are the, we like to call them the Tom Cruise and Tropic Thunder glasses. So, I kit bashed myself into an almost perfect streamer. Best hair on YouTube, I got to say. Bjorn tells me all the time. It is actually storming here too, or soon to be storming. I know this morning, friend of mine up north was saying that they were getting... Can I help you? What are you guys doing down here? Are we going to have to turn on the pet cam? We might have to turn on the pet cam. A couple of my friends up north were saying how it was like storming heavily at their office, so that's always fun. Now, what put me in the mood to do some kit bashing, and I'll switch the overhead cam. Let's see here. We're going to switch the overhead. That's because I unplugged it. Bear with me for one moment. I should have known, if you leave this thing plugged in while your laptop's going, it gets warm. doesn't ruin it, but I don't want to take any longevity away, so I unplugged it in between sessions. And I just forgot that I unplugged it, so bear with me here, all right? I'm doing the best I can. Isn't that a oh, what's the band? Godsmack? I'm doing the best I can. I feel like I got to spit on it to get it to go into the USB hole. Really, are we? I'm new at this, I promise. There we go. Woo. Woo. Okay, that should be on. So let's here we go. Perfect. All right. So as you guys can see, bring it down here a little bit more. I have two Hondo Anakas. One of them is actually slightly different colorway. I'm wondering if one of them is from, this is the TVC release. I'm wondering if maybe this one came, or no, maybe this one was with the Falcon and this one was with the regular card release. I don't know. I just think there's more staining on his shirt and it was a different color. Doesn't matter, right? But I've got a couple of surplus heads from Cad Bane because I've been doing a kit bash with his body buck, and I thought to myself, all right, well, what if I made a Duros pirate? Or what if I made a gang of basically not pirates, because pirates exist. Like, we've got Hondo and Naka, right? We've got pirates in Star Wars. We've got cowboys, which, you know, I've got a bunch. We've got Cad Bane, he's a cowboy. What if we did cattle rustlers, right? So I want to make a team of cattle rustlers. Excuse me. Let's pop into the chat here. And we've got Phoenix. Am I saying that right? Phoenix Toka? Fucking Fixin' Toka. Tell me how to say it. Tell me how to say it. And yes, hit that like button. Kind of in the middle of Storm Nepa. Yes. Appease the algorithm gods. And also, you don't have to share it. But if you hit the share button and copy that link, that tells YouTube, from what I understand, hey, this person is making videos that people want to share with other people. And that boosts this in the visibility of other people that are creating YouTube. And so people might join us. And Red Foo, please be careful on your way home. Drive safely. Cattle Rustler does sound... Well, I feel like Nerf Herder is like actually a job. And yeah, the body is nice. It is a nice body. And we get a Hondo Anaka head. The jacket is good. But like, I like that he... the way that they built this figure out is the shirt that's sticking out, the way the arms go in and the way it tapers, and you can also see the red, it implies that this is a vest over this shirt. So it's not necessarily a part of that jacket, which I dig. So the first thing I did was, yes, Scruffy Nerf Herder. First thing I did was pull Hondo's neck peg out, and I popped the neck peg out of the figure for him. All right, so we're doing the kit bashing thing now. As I pulled his neck peg out, and I found that the bottom ball, not necessarily the head ball, but the bottom ball is the same. And it pockets right into the neck, into that neck hole, and then the head sits there in a comfortable and believable place. And they're Duros, so they're long and they're live. That's the other great thing about the Hondo body, is it's got that narrow torso. It doesn't have the Dorito chip shaped torso, you know, that makes people big and strong and heroic. It makes them lithe. So I was like, okay, great. So now we've got those things done. I want to continue this, and I want to make him like the captain of the cattle rustlers, right? He's the man in charge. Now, we're going to do this all the holes. We're going to do this basically in the following way, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to find pieces to just make this figure look different. And I have a whole slew of parts and pieces. I've got little totes, so we're going to go through those. We're going to take a look and see what's there. And then fortunately with this guy here, I can open up my totes now and you guys can see. Don't worry about my pharmaceuticals, all right? I took my meds today. If you haven't taken your meds today and you need to take them, make sure you take them and drink some water. So let's get the first. This is my favorite. This is my famine. Kind of has an organization in here, but also kind of is all over the place. But what this is a lot of head sculpts, accessories, pieces. Now, you might say to yourself, Famine, where do you get this stuff? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to spend some time because I want people to know. Oh, Jesus, Dave, thank you so much. Many thanks. And I do pull neck pegs and plug neck holes before 10 p.m. I usually fill them after 10 p.m. once I'm out of breath. That's a totally different stream. I appreciate that, though. Thank you guys so much. Pockets, sockets, rockets, lockets, and sparks. Yeah, there actually is. Well, the rocket launchers are in another thing, and also the rocket sets, but I digress. V-shaped body. Exactly. Dave, we're going to put you up at the top there for a few minutes. I appreciate that, friend. So in here, we're just going to start, and I'm going to navigate. If you guys see something that you want to call it out, and I'll put you up on the screen. Raise your hand. I'm kidding. You don't have to raise your hand. But I'll put you up on screen, and you can talk to me where you saw the thing that you want to look at. But I ordered a few of the different figures from the army builders that Joy Toy has. And the armor comes off pretty goddamn easy. So bless you, sir. What are you doing back there? Sneezing? What are you sneezing all of my stuff for, Mom? Oh, goodness gracious. Bless you, Stark. But the armor pops off of these all pretty damn easy. And I was like, I want to keep this because, like, this stuff's cool, right? It's got a skull and crossbones, which could be used for a pirate, you know? He could be part of a boarding crew. I think that'd be badass. Like, the dudes just have, like, jetpacks for 15-foot bursts so they can latch on the side of a ship or a building and go in. But I took all the armor off, and so I've got a full set of red armor in here. I use the body for something else. We've got different pieces from other Joy Toy things, right? We've got the wolf head hood that could go on. I mean, I don't think for this version I'd want him, but it does fit. It does have a nice snug fit there. And it stays right on his head. It's pretty damn snug. And this is just full of things. A waist belt from a different figure with a sword holster on it. I've got some hands in there, but basically these are all Joy Toy pieces of armor and like head coverings. And I saved those and put those all in there. And I say save those like I was never going to get rid of them. Over in the next one, same thing. I have body parts in different pieces, which sounds horrific when you say it out loud. But I've been getting those cheap Joy Toys, stripping them for their body and parts, getting their armor, things like that, and setting it aside for other builds. Because, I mean, damn it, that you get so much accessories and so much clothing, so it helps contribute to hit bashes. Because now I can reach in here and I can go, okay, I want to put thigh armor on this guy. Maybe for when he's riding, he wants to wear them, like chaps or something to protect his thighs. Those bodies have the arms that you used for your figures. Just make sure you sit on a towel. Your me figure, that is. Yes. I know which one you're talking about. I don't know if they've seen it. Maybe you should show it. You should put it again on your Instagram. Put it in your story. This is a female armor buck from that set. It just wouldn't fit in there, so I set it off to the side. And then in here from Bjorn, I have I think this is from Animals of the Warrior Kingdom. If not, no, Boss Fight Studios. A set of essentially like lion armor, right? And it goes over a buck, and you can make like some type of jungle hero, or maybe like Aztec, or maybe some African type warrior. I actually might use that stuff on a Black Panther figure, but not everything has to do with that. And then I've got all sorts of different arms. These are mostly like my 5 POA arms and my basic arms over here. So I'll slide that over a little bit, but this one is just So one of my gripes about the Final Faction figures, that plastic that they use, it's slippery. You should give every crush that you have flowers. You should give flowers to people in your life that you love and care for, no matter what. Quick flower story from Famine. My girlfriend, Kenny, was the first girl ever to give me flowers. I mean, I was having a terrible, terrible, terrible day, and I came home from work, and she was already at the house, and I came into my room to get undressed from work, and she had set out flowers for me, and it was one of the sweetest things that anybody had ever done. And I love giving flowers, and it was great to receive them. So that was like super fucking cool. But yeah, I encourage you to give your crush flowers. Now, I was griping a little bit about the Final Faction. It's this waxy plastic that they have. Like, even I've washed this with soap and water. It's the type of plastic, it's releasing in oil. But you can, once you coat it with primer, it's not an issue. But it's a single point of articulation. There's no elbow bend or whatever, but it is a cool robot arm, so I held on to it because one day I might want to stick it on a droid or a person. I've got some pizza, toy pizza body parts in here, additional limbs, torsos. Again, these are all like singular articulated pieces. Nintendo Power Glove, I'm saving that one for a special custom. Hey, yeah, you know, it is a nice shirt, and you know where you can get that shirt? You can go over to Toy Domination's TeePublic site, and you can also go over to Famine-Studios TeePublic site. Shirts are just $16 right now. Go check them out. Just saying, get the plugs in while you can. Mick Foley taught me that. And, you know, I went to Toy Pizza Con, met up with Bert, H Station, and we hung out, and I got a sunburn on the top of my bald freaking head like no other. Sweat through my Hawaiian shirt, hugged it out with Bert. I can't wait to go again this year. That's going to be nice to see him again. Little World Makers, or excuse me, a little World Makers Consortium reunion there. But I picked up these toy pizza pieces because the figures, number one, were inexpensive. And number two, they come with so many, essentially, limbs that I can parse off and use for other things. And other figures, I popped off, you know, those 6 or 8 points of articulation figures. Because again, you've got a limb that's got a little articulation if you wanted it. So that's what's mostly living in here. This was from a Riva figure. And there's little weapons and things. Some of these are like from that Batman line, the Batman and Superman line, where they come with like a little chest full of extra things. I saved a few of them that look like they could be from Fallout because that very much looks like a Power Fist with the blade on it. And so when I start making more Fallout customs, somebody's getting a Power Fist with a blade. I actually have a Power Fist prop in my workshop that I'm going to finish, and it's actually going to have a brick on the end instead of the, you know, the metal plate that's there on the prop, and it's going to be wrapped in barbed wire. It's going to look like a real puncher. So and then this, I mean, this is, I don't know what this is from. I had a tote full of action figures in my shed. I think it might be maybe a Marvel Universe figure, but anyway, I had this old tote in my shed full of action figures. The mice ate most of the figures, but this arm was perfectly fine, so I just saved it because it was a nice reminder. So if anybody knows what this arm is from, I'll go ahead and hold that up. But there's no articulation on the wrist except for a pivot. There's double jointed elbow, but it still doesn't go 90, and then there's a bicep swivel. There's no like identifiers. I thought maybe it was like Ghost Rider because it looks like maybe that's a cuff. I digress. So here I've got a couple of Star Wars pieces that maybe didn't necessarily fit into some of the other trays of what I was doing, but this is from the Nikto, I think, the Nikto Raider. And I love that. It's very Mad Max, very Star Wars at the same time. Love that, so I set that aside. Kylo Ren's hood, of course, and then I've just got a series of robot heads. Again, a bunch of Toy Pizza ones, a knockoff Lego helmet. You know, Bjorn can't be the only one with the cool Lego Spaceman helmets, but I'd love to use this Lego helmet, pop that little indent that's in there, and put a skull in so I can have one of those cosmonauts that were wandering around in A New Hope that had the skull inside. And it's just a great little collection of pieces. Gundam head. What is this? Zuckuss, forearm. One of the things. I'm going to set this aside because I got a droid body I think we can stick on there. Stick him on as we go through this. We'll get to that. But then over here, again, another Toy Pizza poncho from one of their sets. It was very Western. I thought I could repaint it and put it on another figure. Mandalorian's cape, I believe. Nazi jacket from Red Skull. I think I'm going to repaint this and put Imperial insignias on either shoulder. I'll make it like white, like Krennic's coat, or maybe gray. I don't know. IG-11's bandoliers. So as you can see, I just there's a little bit of a method to the madness. This guy just wouldn't fit in any of my other containers. But I've got hoods and like snow hats in here, and another pair of legs, because again, wouldn't fit. I'm not feeling any type of hat for this pirate right now. If I do a hat, it's going to be a cowboy hat. I've also got the masks for like lock, shock, and barrel in there, because that just humors me to no end. There were buttons that you could sew on that I got at Joann's and Michael's, but I figure I can snip the little buds off the back and use some blue tack or whatever and put them on figures for a Halloween setup. So, and I talk about hats here. Here's a cavalry hat. Let's see how he looks with the cavalry hat. Oh, I could get down with that. Hell yeah. All right, so he's got a cavalry hat. So like that's already, that could just be considered a kit bash, right? That's as simple as a kit bash goes. If we go by the definition of two pieces, we put a Duros head on there from Cad Bane, and we put a cowboy hat on from I want to say this is the Wild West Dime Store Legends line. But boom, if we, obviously his neck's a different color. You could paint it either black or blue if you wanted to paint it, but as strictly as it goes, that's a kit bash figure, and it looks like somebody entirely different that could go into your space station, that could go into your world, right? That could live there, and nobody could tell you otherwise. It's got a blaster. You could swap out his blaster, but I think that's a great base for what I'll do with him later. But that's a straight-up kit bash. That's how easy it is. Now, you might not have as many pieces and parts as I do, which is fair. Like, this stuff has been... I like that. I appreciate that one. Oh, man. Oh, don't tell anyone I'm adorable. I have a reputation to keep. You see this beard. You see this, the cowboy hat I usually wear, the safari hat I usually wear, whatever you want to call it, adventure hat. Chop round out with a drill bit and then pop a ball joint in there and boom, robot arm does have an elbow swivel. That is true. Lots of eBay figures. But I'm going to set him aside now. We're going to call that done. For what I want to do with him, we're going to call that done. Let's go ahead and we'll do this droid, right? I have a body here. Let's turn around. This was the 3PO that I picked up at the flea market where he had the silly battle droid head on there, and he was like, oh, goodness gracious me, die, Jedi scum. Why did I say that? All that crap. I popped the head off on the neck peg. It actually had like wires and stuff on it, but I need that for something else. He's got a hole for a backpack, so I think we can make something neat. And then, like I said, I had this, what is that, Zuckuss or forearm head or whatever. And it looks like that should fit in there. Maybe it needs elbow grease, or maybe I just need to stop being a little bitch about it and push. What do we think, guys? I could heat it up and pop it in there, but there we go. I just needed to push. So that's in there now, and now we have a different looking droid, right? He's got the green eyes, which match nicely. He's got the dark head, which matches the glove, and in here, and also the brownie, the rust coppery arm. So that's cool. All right, so we've got those on there. So what can we do now? We've been looking through this stuff, warm it up and spin on it. Absolutely. We've got hats and stuff, but I do like a robot with a hat, but I don't think that this guy needs a hat. I don't think he needs a helmet either, but I do have a cavalcade of helmets here. Something he could have. I was thinking maybe goggles, but that wouldn't make sense. Well, this would probably be funny. Whoop. Yeah. Put a Imperial helmet on there. And over here again, alien heads, Knights of the Slice heads, various pieces that I purchased for customs, another Joe vest. And here I have some resin head sculpts, a couple of Mandalorians, a couple of pilots, some Jedi Knights that I needed, some repainted helmets there, some Clone Trooper helmets. Then I have all my ladies' heads in here. And neck pegs. I don't have as many female figures as I would like. I do try and stock up when I find them. And also if I come across them on clearance, I do stock up. Came across clone armor, different pieces of clone armor. I don't think this guy needs any clone armor or any holsters. I don't think he's the type. Could see if maybe, slap that on there. But again, that's not the look I'm going for. Over here are, various different heads that I have in the scale that we've got here, 118 scale, from all sorts of figure lines. Some of them are just like literally heads off of 5 POA figures, like this, that I'm going to use as like a base to put a helmet on that's never going to be seen. It's never going to be shown off. Thought about a bandolier, but I don't want to give him a blaster yet either, I don't think. I get these trays at Walmart. They're $8.99, I think, maybe $9.99, and no, they're cheaper than that. I think $7.99, and I stack them up. They're all the same. They're made by Flambeau. And yeah, like I said, I've got a cavalcade of heads in here from different lines. Some of them have, that are helmets or droid heads, G.I. Joe heads, things like that. And like you guys are saying, he could have bandoliers and stuff, and I do have a bunch of those from Marauders Task Force, Gun Runners, whatever I can never get it right. I will get it right one day, though. And they are a tremendous company. You can buy pieces, buy the piece. You don't have to buy an entire action figure for pouches and accessories like we used to have to, or we used to do. You don't have to wait to trade your friend after he gets like 5 or 6 of them. Let's see, I've got this right here. Oh, all right. So I've got this here. And it's off of one of the, basically like the Chinese, like almost hidden, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon inspired figures from Joy Toy. They're actually closer to anime scale. So I took that off of one. I mean, that's kind of cool, little drapey thing. But then also you've got it open in the back. So let's see how it looks on his butt. Have to put something on the front there. I have to glue something. So that's a little more involved than we want it to be right now. Poncho. Poncho's not a bad idea. We could do a poncho. I was going to do scarf or goggles, but again, he's got those giant honking bug eyes. Should I kidnap a pair of nomads and place them within your oyster that you're using in the makeshift prism that you mostly use for your raindrop collection? I mean, I feel like the raindrop collection wouldn't last very long if you're using it as a prism due to sun collection, but rock on. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you'd like. I do this every Tuesday. I'm on Toy Squad on most Mondays, and then also World Makers Consortium on Fridays. And we do other random streams throughout the week because this stuff is fun. I also produce long-form content and short-form content. So, Bjorn's name? All right, so here's where we get spicy. This was from Bjorn. This is a bedroll. I used a bedroll on another figure, but he sent me 2 of these bedrolls to go with like my dinosaurs and stuff, so that's greatly appreciated. I've got a rocket pack in there from a Joy Toy, skirts off of Fortnite figures, Wookiee bandoliers, Mandalorian jetpacks from the kids line. That'd kind of be funny. A bag from one of the Jurassic sets that Alan Grant carries that has Billy's raptor eggs that he took. What do you mean he's a slut for a good poncho? I thought my eyeballs read he's too good for a poncho, and I was going to say, what do you mean you're too good for a poncho? No, not at all, man. Any suggestion's a good suggestion. I think this is from Fortnite, and it's cool. It's got a lot of detail, and it's also got like this little fabric bit here, and it's got a peg on it, so maybe we could peg that. That's kind of cool, right? I don't know what that would be for. We'd have to make something up, like give it some lore. That's got potential. I'm going to set that to the side there. That's got potential. We've also got a bedroll that I did there, but that's on a pack that I built, and I think that pack's going to go on a Wookiee Traveler. Put that on there. See what I'm saying? And he's got all this stuff. But again, I think that's going to go on a Wookiee Traveler. Another little backpack from maybe Joe, G.I. Joe's. That could be good. Looks almost like a little high-tech thing that something might change into or change out of. Another bag. This one is one of those Chatmay figures. They all come with like snap-on backpacks, and it's just loaded with detail, but there's nothing painted on it, so it doesn't stand out. I considered that. Then we have this one here, which is like tanks. Like welding tanks, maybe, or flamethrower tanks. Pegs in there nicely, too. I mean, a robot walking around carrying tanks, like, what are you up to, robot? What are you up to? Why are you carrying around some type of tank, whether it's hydration or flames or what? Like, what kind of nonsense are you doing here? That's I'm putting that in the maybe pile, too, I think. He came with a battle droid pack with an antenna, so I'm leaning away from that. Got a sand trooper pack here. Could do that. That's Star Warsy. Junkie, or is that yeah, that's sand trooper pack. No. It's not a sand trooper pack. What is that? Here is a pack from Knights of the Slice. Again, this is just a honkin' large, interesting pack, but the peg doesn't fit in there, and I don't want to modify it too much, so I think we'll wait on that. But let's do this. Let's we'll do heads and tails. Or we'll do even and odds. How's that sound? So we'll say even on white, odds on that. I've got a D20 here. I'm going to let the first person who pops it in there to call it odds or even in the chat. Any day now. One of his type of word, odd or even. White is odd, even is okay. Bjorn says odd. 11 is an odd number. It is, it's the tank. Thank you very much, Bjorn. And you got to be quicker. Bjorn lives here, remember? Okay, so we'll save that for another day. And there you go. Now you've got 2 Kit Bash figures. And, you know, that wasn't even work, right? And they could go together. This could be his service, protocol droid that, helps him with his, quote, negotiations when he's selling back rustled cattle. I thought that was cool, like a cool idea. Just popped into my head. I don't know. I'm digging those. So we've got... we could probably kit bash something out of this guy here if you want to. I'd be down for that. He came with a Carillion Hound, and he's got this lame, generic white dude with his little scarfy scarf. He's like, oh, look at me. I'm all uptight. I've got a scarf around my head, but I'm not wearing it right. What's up, Audi? Welcome, 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 friend. And we've got one apple on the desk. Appreciate that, Dave, again. And Audi's any. That's absolutely correct. So I'm thinking maybe we turn this cat into an alien. Or we could do a human head with a helmet. What do you guys think? Shout it out in the chat. Give me some of that motivation. Hello? Hello, Stark. You're on camera, buddy. Handsome man. Hey, Cowman. You're handsome, too. Oh, Rosie's sleeping. Voice came down. We got alien heads. All right. Hey, you have a good night. I don't know about that second part, but we will party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. All right, so let's see here. Look through some alien heads here, see what might pop onto this body and make our lives easy. Saving these guys for something else. That'd actually be pretty funny. Just that big, gigantic head. All right. We do have an alien with sunglasses here. Could pop that on there. Nope. That, I think, would have to get heated up to pop on there. Let's see, we got lizard people heads. That pops right on there. A little loose, though. I think that's a little loose. That's what she said. Some type of whoop. Well, see, if the dude with the shades is there, it's tough to get it on there. It's a bird head. That's slightly unsettling. Again, super loose. Mithril. I don't like that body for a mithril, though. Ooh. And these heads came to me from Wentzilla. Nope, that ain't gonna pop on there, so we're gonna hold off on him. I think this guy's... Oh. That's fucking creepy. What do we think? That's a little disturbing. He's got like bolts on the side of his head, numbers on his forehead. I don't know what that means. It's weird. I love it. Perfect. Yeah, I'm digging that too. So let's we'll go with that. And then as far as the accessories go, or like something to take it to the next level. In the words of the kids, what could take it to the hole? I think that's what they say. Do they still say that? We got... I want to put another helmet on there. Although that would be funny. It won't fit. Thought that would have been cute. Let's see. What about this? Well, what about it, Famine? What are you talking about? Well, let's see here. Got some type of stormtrooper armor from probably like a Poe figure that strips down to the black jumpsuit that he had on underneath it. Nope. I think he's too tall for that. Yeah. Maybe he's too tall. Does seem like he's too tall. I mean, that is slightly off-putting. But, oh no, we use the cowboy hat for the Duros. I don't like that though because the back piece is too rubbery. This one looks like it might be too small. In fact, I'm 1000% sure it's too small. Oh, don't fit around that neck peg. Yeah. It's that part of the problem is that ring around the collar. Just straps and ouches. I feel like that's the dungeon motto. So you're saying he should have a bandolier then? I think that's a little too loose. Too loose there. Let's see. I think we can do better. I think that ring around the neck is the problem here for what I want to do. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to fit on there. Spit on it. Be smart about it, famine. Put it on like you was putting it on yourself. Well, I wouldn't be caught dead in this thing out in public. Oh no, like I said, that saw hand is earmarked for a project, but I might have something else that he could use. All right, that don't look bad. Where's that other piece that I had earlier today? Something over here. There it is. There we go. Little bonus piece. Oop. Yeah, that dude actually looks like bad news. You see, it's just honestly, kit bashing like this is all about just mixing and matching parts. If you wanted to get freaky with it, you could paint them. You could, boil and pop, which we'll do a different lesson on that because I have to actually get my kettle in here and get that set up so that I can have consistently hot enough water. But kit bashing can be as simple as hat and head after we take a jacket off. It can be as simple as head and backpack on a figure, or we can go the extra mile, right? Like we could do the scary head, we can do the bandolier, we could do the crazy fucking whatever this thing is, like nightmare, like he's going to check your prostate with this thing and you're going to remember it for the rest of your life, not in the good way, like you coughed and finished, but like the he put both hands on your shoulders before you knew what was going on. And then I picked up, I should say, a series of these Boba Fett's in his Tusken garb because I really like this look for goons. I think it makes a great goon body. Not a body for gooning. Don't get it confused. But we'll pop that out. We'll set the head aside because we'll probably need to steal a neck peg. We'll yank this jacket off. You said jacket off, man, and you're silly. One thing about this that I never noticed, neat little detail on this figure, is that, let's see here. Hey, thanks for joining, and thank you so much. Creepy doctor, sort of like Frankenstein. Yeah, kit bashing is fun. Hashtag goon body. Medic. Something that I really enjoy about this body that I discovered is that his hands in the Tusken wrap do have his Beskar hand plates from his Mandalorian armor, which I thought was dope. Whether or not those are actually his hand plates from his Mandalorian armor, I don't know, but I thought that was great. But like, that's a great Western style body, like Wild West there. It's got the bullets, you got your leather strap there that breaks up the outfit. It's got textures, it's got buckles, baggy pants, boots with spats on them, or yeah, we're calling those spats. That's exactly what they are. Work brain. Ant, help me out. To keep your boots from getting water and stuff inside the laces. Goddamn. For whatever reason, I am just drawing a horrific blank right now. Gators, thank you. Thank you guys, Gators. But I thought about like doing, that was another look that I actually considered for this, is just leave it as Boba, but throw that bad boy on there instead. And you've got a different look at Boba. He's still in that desert wandering garb. But again, this is the Tusken Boba Fett. And he's got the head sculpt is great too. Really, fam, and learn where the camera is. Focus up. But it's got the scars. It's got his pronounced eyebrows, which is why I like it, because I kind of have that same eye bridge and a wider nose, which allows me to sculpt on that figure to make it closer to myself. But yeah, great figure, but head's got to go. And again, if you have one, you get yourself the Kylo Ren hood, throw that on there with him, and you've got a wandering Boba Fett. You absolutely should. Absolutely. And share that with us. Look at the teamwork. Just look at the teamwork. Appreciate it. You guys make the dream work. So let's see. Thought maybe this mask would be a great scary thing. Maybe it's got some night vision or some tech in there. Maybe that's what he's going after. Maybe he's got some tech to see, like, at night. Let's see here. We'll leave that neck peg in. Ugh! Neck peg didn't want to stay in. That won't fit. Ooh. It's kind of Western. Ooh. Hell yeah. I could paint, that could be painted up. But it's got the goggles. It's got the silly hat with the wide brim because it's the Wild West and you have a hat brim. But I feel like it would need a scarf, right? Because we got a weird gap there. So if he's looking that way and he's like, what's that? Who's that over my shoulder? You know. So that's a maybe. That's a hard maybe. Lando. Make him a red Power Ranger. Bob. Just do an old man Bob wandering the desert. Miserable. Scarf with quill does work great with that figure. I think I'm out of quill scarves, Bjorn. To be honest with you. I think I abused the shit out of that scarf. And I do have some Marauder scarves, but they're all red. So I'm trying to use the red for specific things. Quinlan Boss. Looks like he could be a native, you know? If I had a little time, I could probably make that look like a native. I don't want to say Native American because that doesn't make any sense in the context, but you get what I'm saying. Indigenous persons. Another horrific gas mask head, but that one would have to be hollowed out. So that one's off to the side. Obi-Wan Kenobi, no. What are you doing? What's your story? Ninja, that's got to be a Joe head. Okay, where did his mask go? Let me see. Let's see here. I had a Oni mask that would have gone over that man's face. I thought I put it in here with him. There's a chance that I didn't. You guys are currently seeing like the back of my head right now, so that's also fun for me. Pouch in the wrong spot. And this is half the fun, right? Is just digging around, looking for things that may work. I think I might put that on him instead of a scarf. And you say, Famine, what is that you spoke out loud? Some type of medieval neck collar? I think it's just big enough to... No. Oh, that's out. But on another figure, that would be dope. Let's see here. And you know who says it's got to be a human head? Old fam. I hate that Jason's got me saying that. Son of a bitch. Alright. Robot head, no. Spaceman head, no. No idea what that is. Speaking of Queel, be the world's tallest alien. Man, if that wasn't so loose, it'd be like a sick bunny. Lizard people head, still too loose. Alien head ain't gonna fit on there. Nathan Fillion. I already have a Nathan Fillion over there in my setup, though. That'd be weird. Twice the Nathan Fillion, twice the fun. Ooh, I got that helmet right there. That looks dope. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And again, I'd have to put something there with that features well on that body. What do we think, guys? Do I want to Do we want to step into kit bashing 102 and add an adhesive there to make the helmet a little bigger or a little more snug? Rom Coda next to Long for Rom Coda. Kinda. You believe in Joe Hendry. Damn it, I'm leaning towards that. Crazy dive helmet head. So if we went with this body, wait a minute, wait, might be onto something here. Bit more organized because there's less in them. That one doesn't fit, but that'd be cool. Well, it does fit actually. Knight's head. And there's this one, of course. That's too medieval and less Western. I do want to look in one more container before we make a decision, before we call an audible. I do have another. I have a whole slew of these, but I think I have another one with pieces of body parts and such in it. You're not good. You're not good. You're not. Well, you might be. Butter dispenser. Newsflash, there's a butter dispenser at Target for $1 that looks like an ear of corn could be used to roll bricks on the foam. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's neat. I think the neatest ear of corn related item that I got from Target is the dinosaur ear of corn holders. All right, so these are mostly armaments, but I do have some limbs and various droid heads and stuff in there, and it would not surprise me at all if somehow I had an extra head or something floating around in here. Just want to take a look. There we go. Scotty. Do know he is going to have a I think he needs to have a shot, Mom. Yeah. That fucker's tiny. Even for 118, that's tiny. I think they got to scale that up. That's an appropriate gun for a cattle rustler right there. Little Marlin lever action. I guess it would be Winchester. Space Winchester. Space Chester? Chester Bennington? You know, I've never had an issue with Boba Fett holding the Star Wars guns before. It seems to be these other rifles that are a pain in the dick for this figure. Fascinating. Is it, Famine? Is it fascinating? Could give him Cad Bane's. Because he was trained by Cad Bane. But he's not Boba Fett, obviously. Right? And he's back. Grad space maybe wide, too wide. I don't think there's such thing as too wide of grad space, especially when there's corn involved. I think that's the way to go with that. Yeah. It's either that or where's that neat space gun I just had? There she is. Yeah, I think that's going to be the one he's got. We'll give him the big iron. Too big. Too big. In the town of Agua Fria rode a stranger one fine day. All right. Cape that came with the HKs looks good on that. That I believe. Spice on your knees, catch a bad case of COVID. Craft area, completely moving furniture. Yeah, don't do that. Rest, hydrate, and do not overexert yourself, or else. Look at how ridiculous this fucking gun looks in his hand. It's so funny to me. Oh my god. Oh. And by the G word, I mean space pew pew, not the G word, which is Goonies, the Space Goonies. All right, so he's gonna have side-by-side shotgun as a sidearm. Trying to think about the head. I've been mulling it over here, as I'm known to do. There's that famine. I'm always thinking about head. Let's see. See, I've also got all kinds of cool, like, regular blasters that are less Western looking. But, I mean, damn it all to hell if it's not. Well, there we go. Oh, it's you're from. 3-barreled, some like type of 3-barreled pistol. That's cool. Some type of Ruger. Right? Luger, excuse me, with a stock. That's the noise it would make. It wouldn't make a normal pew-pew noise. It would make a video game. Some crazy cyberpunk gun. Ooh. Ooh, we do like that. Hell yeah. thinking we're going to go with that. And then we can just place a regular blaster in that pocket there. Maybe the one that he came with. Or we could do Mando's. Just for a little differentiation. Where are you? Where are you, son of a gun? There it is. Whoever's watching the replay, I'm just watching me fumble this over and over again. That's tremendous. I appreciate you enduring that nightmare of embarrassment. All right, so I think I am going to go. We're going to do an advanced method here. This is highly advanced. This is probably top secret. I shouldn't even be showing you this, right? I don't think I should show you. But we're going to do it anyway. Show you guys. All right, so I've got over here a hot glue gun. Hey guys, Red posted some older stuff that he made, and you guys should go check that out, and I will check that out after the show. Hi. I mean, this... See, my only issue is this head sculpt is really fucking cool. It won't fit into this one. I could find a different neck peg. There. I don't know. We'll save that for a rainy day. Same with that piece, but... Hello, doggies. Yeah, no, this gun is, forever this guy's now. Bless you. Like, I wouldn't want this guy to come and steal cattle from me. Hey! Knock it off, buddy. He's your brother. He can play with you and you can share toys. Come on, bud. You gotta share with your brother. You're a good man. You're a good man, Stark. Oh, the corn cob. Oh, okay. Hey, Rick. No sleeping, huh? Or is it still too early for attempts at that? Because I feel you either way. Man, that's tempting though. Bjorn is sharing a link in the chat, and I don't know what it is. Link to Fat Red Foospa. Oh, thank you, Bjorn. That bandana's too big, but I do have a switch out for it. I was playing around with a figure the other day. I put that on there. So, what if we use this one? Will that make any difference at all? None. About to turn in. Hey, man. Well, hopefully you'll get some damn good sleep. Solid plastic butter dispenser. It sounds like something you'd order at an adult store, but it would be something else entirely different. All right, so here's our advanced method. All right. Let that get a little hotter. Take our neck peg back. Put that in there. Now, I don't have any paint water, so I just put a little water on there. Probably in an ideal universe, you'd use like an actual lubricant like Vaseline. Essentially, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take this helmet that I have here. We're going to fill it about 3/4 of the way of hot glue. It's turned on. Okay. And slide that in there. And then I'm just going back and forth to make sure it maintains its range of motion as the glue cures. And then hopefully when that cures, we'll be able to pop that right off there. But I think that's a serious business looking guy. Hey Rick, you have a good night. Thank you for coming through, my friend. That right there is one of my oldest and bestest friends. Good to see him. Yeah. Hell yeah. So look at that, right? We in an hour, we were able to kit bash 4 figures that look damn near different enough from their original figures that they're their own thing, and you can put those in your world, right? You could have those in your universe. No one could tell you otherwise. No one could be like, no, man, you can't do that. You tell them to eat your balls or whatever it is you want to tell them to eat. I'm not your boss. But there we go. So we've got the leader of the gang right there. I love that. We've got our droid, a protocol droid, who's carrying a mysterious tank. We don't know what he's up to. What are you up to, droid? What are you doing? This guy who's apparently like somebody's podiatrist or something, I think you guys decided. And mysterious, heavy muscle guy who's got a cool helmet. So I'd say we did pretty damn well in an hour's time. Sound off in the chat. Let me know which one of these is your favorite out of these. And if you've been watching the stream and you see this scrolling across the bottom about Patreon, you're like, damn, Famine, where can I support Patreon? How can I get there? Follow that link that's on the screen or go down to the description in the bottom and check it out. You can sign up now. Always appreciated, never expected, but it does help the channel. You guys provided this lovely overhead view. And yeah, love it. Creepy dude on the right, Bjorn likes. I figured you'd go for that one, Bjorn. And everybody's liking the creepy guy. Pediatrician, Jesus Christ. The Doctor and the Boba Buck the best. Boba Buck, coming to theaters this July. Still got his range of motion. Hell yeah. Love that. Like walks into a bank. Give me all your money in the register. No. Do it. Do it now. We're not here to fuck around, see? Give us the money. We gotta go. It's insured. It's not even yours. I'm carrying a mysterious load of chemicals. Look at me go. All right, who's next? Who's here? Who's next? Yeah, Boba would definitely need some dry brushing. And again, that's 102, okay? That's when we move. That's actually in painting and dry brushing 101. We move on to that. See the pics on Instagram. Do I ever post pictures from these live streams on Instagram? You guys are bananas. You guys are absolutely bananas. And I do want to put up our show schedule. Toy Squad is on Mondays. My show here, which you guys are at Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, with Wednesdays at 5 p.m., featuring Lord of Thane and Pirates of the Galaxy. That's their lovely show. Toy Domination is on Thursdays with Joe and Dom. And then the World Makers Consortium, Rad Toys, myself, Eddie, and also Wentzilla. And I think we have a roundtable coming up, so it's exciting. Sometimes I do extra streams on Fridays. Sometimes I do extra streams when I want to. I put out long-term content. We're still waiting on part 3. You and Wentzilla, just bullying me, pulling my hair, telling me that I am bad for not finishing it. I've been doing it in parts and doing it on live stream, so there will be a part 3 very soon, live stream, but it is currently sitting as it was next to me, but I'm still very proud. I'll show you guys the head. I'm still very proud of this articulated jaw that I made completely from scratch. Wood dowel, drilled through it, pinned it. Look at that. That's so freaking cool. Anyway, that goes back up there with the critter. It looks so badass. But yeah, there's going to be oh, look at that. He gets no respect. Tumbles off the shelf. He doesn't even move. But yeah, there will be a part 3 coming soon. And we'll certainly do a dry brushing 101. I want to create these like basic classes for you guys to reference if you ever want to reference, or anybody that's new to the hobby that's coming along is like, damn, how do I get into this? How can I watch this real time? Because that's one thing that, while I appreciate that there's so many videos out there that you can learn this stuff from other makers and other creators, there's nothing that's like damn live, right? Like, it's all very like, okay, you take it on the brush and you take it off and you go over it. Doesn't show any of the mistakes. You don't learn any of the secrets or the fixes, things like that. So I want to do these things live, do kit bashing. I want to do a boil and pop episode, which I said, again, I'm going to need to have my kettle here so I have the hot water at the ready. Otherwise, I'd be getting up and running in the microwave and back and forth, and that's just embarrassing for everyone because I'm out of shape and I'd be out of breath, and then you guys would hear me like fucking through the whole video, and only a couple of people wanted that, and they've already sent me a check, so they'll be getting those audio recordings any day now. I shouldn't be allowed to have access to the internet. You got a hot plate. I'm presuming that you use the hot plate for heating water, or just place figures on there. I felt like a radio guy with one of those microphones, and for a second there, just for a second, I thought I was cool. I'm not. I thought I was. Boil and pop. Call that episode Pop, Drop, and Lock It. Yeah, little freaky guy here. Little freaky gun. Arm thing. Surgical tool, who knows? Again, mysterious droid carrying mysterious things on his back. The fuck are you up to, mysterious droid? Leader of some cattle rustlers. Digging that. And then some hired heavy muscle. Sporting a custom clone engineer helmet, I do believe that is. Subcompact light blaster. Light subcompact blast. I don't know. I'll freaking make up some lore for it. And again. And he's got an extra blaster there. Who just asked me for a DNA sample? Jesus Christ. Samples. Oh, okay. Whew. Thought you wanted a DNA sample from me. I'm like, buddy, you got to pay extra for that. That's like some fucking gamer girl bathwater shit right there. That's going to cost you a little bit. I feel like I also might have little bursts, like muzzle flash that I could put on there. But I also might paint that up to be actually like very cyberpunky, like with whites and oranges, or maybe some type of blue or something. Make it teched out. But yeah, I'm digging that guy. Certainly digging that. Heavy set body. He's not like over. He's got basically a dad bod. Like, he's a stocky guy. Stocky guy. That's one thing that irritated me, is everybody talking shit about Tim Morrison's body type, and so much that he actually started to work out because he took those comments to heart and like started super exercising and shit. And it's like, it's not good, man. It's like, he was in great shape. He was in shape of a man that age who's been doing it that life would be. And I don't know about you guys. But I know some tough old motherfuckers, right? That are old dudes that would beat the dog shit out of a lot of people that look like that. So tonight's show was brought to you in part by not my grocery store, because they don't sponsor me. But y'all know me, I'd like my seltzer. And I guess since you guys have been good, you've been good, we're hanging out here. See if I can do this. I want to see what angle this gives you. We'll see. Oh, that's terrible. This is great. Hang on one second here. We'll go like... Press button. There you go. So there's your peek at the Xeno. Work in progress, baby. Work in progress. All right. I had to. That was fun. Thank you for humoring me with that one. And we go like so. And put her down like that. And she's back at it. There we go. Now see, I try and do something nice for you kids, and then I fuck it all up. God, you're just like your father. Too real? Too real? There we go. Just quick. I'll fix it. All right. Anyway, get that there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Show it off to the world. Well, when it's painted up and ready for Funzy, I'll be happy. And he is going to have a custom egg from his chest burster from whence he came. Chest burster came, and then, well, face hugger, and then the chest burster. The face hugger came. The chest burster did its thing, scampered off and grew into that bad boy. So there will be a custom chest burster to him to sculpt it. It's going to be all hand sculpted, no pieces from any of the other ones. It's going to be a real pain in the dick. I'm very excited to do it. Not, but I will. All right. I hope you guys have an excellent night. I enjoyed this stream immensely. Dave, again, thank you so much for the damn super chat. Always appreciated. I appreciate my patrons, each and every one of you guys. You guys help make the channel a success. You guys helped it hook it up with that overhead, with the overhead camera, which you guys just got to use and abuse to view things. So appreciate that. If you're new, yeah, Geiger was a tremendous artist. Just the work that person put out, I'm not convinced that he wasn't fucking supernatural. All right, guys. Like I said, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a great show. I think we had a record audience tonight, or at least this is a record audience for Tuesday nights of, I think I had 17 in a max, so that was really cool. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have an excellent night. Be well. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, bell, go visit my other videos. Check it out. Reels, long-form content, all of it's there. Watch us live. I hope you guys are well. Be well, guys. Too sweet me. Oh, yeah.